Welcome viewers! If you're up for a bit of heather bashing, bird watching and gill scrambling, then please join me for a walk in the Dales. Let's go!
Well, I had no intention of doing any filming today, but just on a whim I've got the camera out. I'm going for a walk up the hill from the village of Gunnerside in the Yorkshire Dales, and I'm heading my way up to one of the many gills. So we've got Gunnerside Gill, we've got Botcher Gill, we've got Swinner Gill, there's loads of them. And I've got a great big camera with me because I know there's some birds that I'm going to be on the lookout for in a certain gill. Yeah, I'm part way up the track now. There's a lot of history around here, but I've made various videos about that, so take a look if you're interested. Let me show you where I am.
Sadly, it's been well documented that these moors have been a hotbed of endemic raptor persecution.
All in the interest of the money-making venture that is grouse shooting. So as a consequence of that, we see fewer birds than we would like to see. But actually there's been quite a few more in recent days. I'm not sure whether they're just becoming more tolerant to certain breeds. But it's not raptors I'm after today. And this won't get published at all if I don't see what I'm hoping to see. But anyway, we'll find out later. Drop my glove again. So there's the gill that I'm going to head to the top of, and I'm hoping to pick up, there's a path just in the top corner of the screen there. I'll put an arrow in there afterwards because my fat finger isn't working at all, is it? Anyway, that's where we're headed. Because I didn't think I was filming, I have only my great big camera with me. No action camera, no selfie stick, no tripod. Anyway, I'm going to go now because there's two people heading my way and they're going to think I'm talking to myself. So this is Botcher Gill Gate.
Incidentally, this is a great place for mountain biking. The track can be followed right the way to the summit of Rogan's Seat, and there are many great routes here.
I'm not going to follow that track all the way to the top. What I'm going to do is fork off to the right and join the upper reaches of Gunnerside Gill. Here we go. So there's the track up to the top of the moor, and here, and you'll see the signpost there, is the direction I'm going to take to join Gunnerside Gill. Yeah, so by now this is it's not a major path really, just a small track, a small footpath, a little bit boggy in parts, but it's a beautiful area and it is full of interest. And if you look down in a moment to the other side of the gill, Gunnerside Gill, you'll see some of the old lead mining buildings. There it is down there, you can see some of it. I'll zoom in if I can. We spent a night out there a few years ago with one of my friends. If you want to see that video, I'll provide a link. So here's the head of Gunnerside Gill. I'll show you when we get a bit closer down to it. But I love this area. It is quite popular though. I can hear a few voices, but I haven't seen many people here so far this morning. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Having such a good day. I never get sick of coming up here, so I think I might stop for a break at the head of the gill here. River's quite low today. Like sometimes when I come up here, I just follow my nose. I don't even know which way I'm going to go until I get here. So today I think I'll head up Swinner Gill. It's pretty much my favourite, and I hinted earlier that I was looking for something which I'm not sure I'm going to find, but we'll see. I am going to try and get up this little tributary here in front of me. So that'll take me up onto the main track at the top of the moor that I pointed out earlier on. Then I can drop down Swinner Gill. Anyway, let me show you what's in front of me. Yeah, so I think I'll try and head up there and see if I can reach the track. If not, I'll just scramble my way up onto the top of the moor and find it that way. It's a nice place. Can I get up there? Well, let's give it a go. A little bit slippy, but we're working our way up gradually. There's another hush there. A bifurcation. Which one do I go up? Or do I just go straight up there and just check the map, and the left-hand gill it is? I'll work my way gradually up there and hit the track at the top. Why take the easy route when you can bash your way through waist-high heather? Anyway, I'm not far from the track, I don't think, and I have seen in evidence the thing that I was looking for earlier, but there was no way I could have got my camera out quick enough to capture it. But I haven't given up yet. Well, I don't like the heather burning, but at least it's provided some easier ground. That was quite a bash, just right across the open moor. Hopefully not too far now and I'll be on the track. Well, I can see the fence now ahead of me, which signifies the track. It's a really good day. I mean, the sun's gone in now, but the clarity is superb. I'm going to just give you a quick spin round. Maybe the phone isn't doing it a lot of justice, but it's quite an atmospheric day. You might be able to see that fence now just behind my head, which is where I'm aiming for to get back on the track. I'm not crying, it's just the wind. It's making my eyes water. Okay, just a bit more bashing to do. The track at last, which now should take me down towards Swinner Gill. It's a bit lumpy in here. But there's where I've just walked across. Quite rough. But I think maybe you should set yourself a challenge every now and again. Go out on your own, face the elements. Rogan's Seat is at the top of there, that track. So clear. You can see right the way across to where the area where the three Yorkshire peaks are. So it's very cold, but I like days like this. I like days when you get this kind of clarity. Look at that. That's a good sky, that is. Anyway, there's my signpost. It's a right turn that I'm taking. There's the coast to coast sign. So I'm heading right. and aiming for Swinner Gill. I'm about to head right again, head down the gill. Here's the path. So I'm heading down this smaller path to the right, which will take me to, surprise surprise, some more lead mining ruins. I keep reminding myself to look at the time. I haven't eaten yet. Just look at that view. Well, there's always shelter from the elements in these parts if you need it. Time for something to eat. Find a nice lunch spot. Maybe not in there. Perfect. Well, that's been a lot of heather bashing. There's lots of paths around here, so anyone coming walking around here is spoilt for choice. There's lots and lots and lots of great walking to do. I just like to get off the beaten track every now and again, but I know the area quite well, so I don't mind a bit of bog and heather bashing. Anyway, I'm having my lunch now. I've never quite worked out why people seem to want to know what you're eating, but for anyone that's interested, that's my dinner and a nice cup of tea. So this magical place is Swinner Gill, Kirk. The last time I was in here, I saw some dippers. I can't see them today, but I'll attach the footage.
There's your favourite class. What's the other one?
Dipping?
Yeah.
That's why they're called dippers.
I wasn't quick enough to capture what I was looking for today, but here's some previous footage.
It takes a bit of getting into coming in here. Don't try and keep your feet dry, otherwise you'll fall in. Let me show you around. I've come in from over here. Come in here. If it's in spate, it's not doable, but it's quite low today. It's a magical place. But again, care is needed. Care and wet feet. There's a lovely waterfall at the back there. Not somewhere to come if you want to stay dry. See if I can turn round. That's it. I'm working my way out of the gill now. It's just an out and back. But it's an interesting place. And get to the top of this hush. So that was Swinner Gill, Kirk. And I'm going to head on the same side of the gill, back towards Gunnerside. I won't go down that way, that path that you can see there. So my path is heading along there. This one heads down to Muka, which will take me a little bit further away from the car. So down there, where the river is, that leads to the village of Muka. I'm going to stay high up across there to get to Gunnerside. Gunnerside. Well, that wasn't a particularly well marked path, but anyway, look at the light now. Yeah, I've come from that direction where that gorge is and the trees. There is a path, but it is so badly marked. It's not easy to find the way, and I can see lots of muddy trails where people have been led astray. Anyway, I'll show you the view a bit better. Hold on. There we go. So there's the path, and we're at the top of Arngill Scar. It's a beautiful evening, very atmospheric. Well, this path is not very well used. You can see down below there's a very good path which runs along the bottom of the river there. You can see it. Most people take that path. The one I'm on is very intermittent, it's really badly signposted. So, you know, I'm going to stick to it doggedly. Partly because it bypasses Muka and I need to go beyond. There's Muka there. I need to get beyond Muka to Gunnerside, but I urge you to keep these paths open. If nobody walks them, they become more and more inhospitable and eventually they're not going to be walkable. So walk them. You'll find it's a lot quieter too. And the views are great because you're in an elevated position. This is Kisdon Scar. We're just walking below it now. Shouldn't be long before we're quite close to Gunnerside. But amazingly, after all the rough and tumble, this is a lovely, or whether you could call it path, I don't know. But it's beautiful to walk on. The moles obviously like it as well. The weather's turning now, so yeah, we've gone from a sunny day to something quite spitty. Look behind. Yeah, that's coming in now. So I'll probably get back to the car maybe in an hour's time. Well, behind me is Gunnerside, so I'm almost back down. When I set off today, I said I wasn't looking for raptors. However, I have just seen one. I'm not quite sure what it was. It was a very large pale coloured bird. So the big camera didn't go to waste after all. So I managed to get it out of my bag and just click wildly for a few seconds. This is Ivelet Bridge, and I now have maybe a mile or so of road walking back to Gunnerside.
Since today's walk had a bird theme, I've included a bit more footage from these parts. I'll leave you with this tree creeper and my finest photo taken with that big lens of a young kestrel. I hope you've enjoyed the walk. If so, please give this video a like. Thanks for watching and see you soon.
Hello?
I'm not sure I want to get that close.
Don't run away.
No, I'm off. Bye!